This force, this thing that lived inside of him came from a source too violent, too deadly for you to imagine. It grew inside him. Contaminated.
On to your next comedian. Put your hands together for Mr. Dave Mountfield.
What's up? How's everybody doing tonight? So I found this place. I came down here from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Typed it into my GPS, and it was like, "Where the fuck do you want to go?" You sure? Yeah, I'm sure. So came down here to BSU. I'll let you guys figure out what that stands for. I can say that because half my family graduated from down here. I did not attend Ball State. I'm one of the few proud people in my clan that actually went to an Ivy League school. I went to ITT Tech. I dropped out though. I'm a compulsive quitter. My wife bet me that I couldn't quit smoking. I proved her wrong. I bet her that she couldn't quit sex, and she proved me wrong. So, we got any single people in here tonight? No single people? 2, 3? Wow, that's pretty sad. I live vicariously through single people anymore. I mean, married people don't have sex anymore. So I'm lucky I'm a bipolar Gemini because I can jack off. It's like having group sex all by myself. So that's kind of nice. So I recently moved back to Fort Wayne. I went out to Colorado for a couple years. I discovered that according to out there, it costs money to live someplace nice. So we moved back here. And I'm fucking pumped. Came back last year. We kind of forgot about humidity and shit when we were out in Colorado. And we moved back, and it's June. And the apartment that we moved into, I don't know where they get the people for the apartment complexes, but they really like hype up the apartment and make it look like it's some massive, really nice place until you move in. They were like, yeah, you know, got your pond view and everything. And I'm like, well, that'd be kind of sweet. Forgetting that Fort Wayne, Indiana has mosquitoes, which renders my balcony pretty much useless for most of the fucking year. It's great in the winter if you want to sit out there in negative 20-degree weather and freeze your ass off. So it's not like the balcony I had out in Colorado where I had a nice picturesque mountain view and the guy below me smoked weed all the time so I could sit outside and get high as a motherfucker and not have to pay a dime. I'd just get me a large pizza and a beer, go sit on my patio for a while, breathe deeply. So, we got any stoners in here? I know Tight Pants says, but seriously, dude, how in the fuck do you ride a bike with them things on?
Keeps it all compact, man.
Keeps it all compact. See, I like a little breathing.
I don't want to mislead people.
Okay. Yeah, me either. This is actually camouflage for my six-pack. Now that I'm married, I want to keep women at bay. And, if I had a six-pack, I'd just have to, push them away. I went to the gym recently, and I walked in. And with my gym membership, I get a personal trainer. And I'm in there, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to go meet this person. I go up, and, I'm like, I'd like to talk to a personal trainer. And the woman goes, oh, I'm available to talk to you. I'm like, oh, okay. And she goes, so what are some of your goals? Are you ready to get, swimsuit season? And I'm like, whoa, just stop the truck right there. Don't get too far ahead of ourselves. If I could get tits that are smaller than yours and see my feet by fall, I'd be a pretty happy camper. So let's not get into the whole swimsuit thing. That's just not going to happen. So I used to be a cop. When I was growing up as a kid, everybody was like, what do you want to do? I'm like, oh, I want to be a cop. I always thought it was cool, drive around real fast, and, all this stuff. And then I discovered that they actually expect you to do shit. And I'm not into doing shit. I like to drive fast, no problem there. But I don't like to go and deal with people that are assholes to you and all that. However, it is kind of a fun deal because you actually get to kick the shit out of each other and get paid for it. And then they were like, well, before you do all this, you have to go through some testing. I'm like, all right. So they give you a polygraph test. Now, in this test, they ask you questions like, have you ever smoked pot? Have you ever done anything like this? I'm like, no, I never have, because at that point I hadn't moved to Colorado and had a nice patio. So I'm like, no. And they didn't ask about sniffing glue or shoving Sharpies up your nose. So I'm like, no, I can answer that. No, I've never smoked pot. So, and then they were like, well, have you ever had any unusual sexual experiences? I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, have you ever had any unusual sexual experiences? And I said, well, can you elaborate a little bit on that? And he goes, well, have you ever had any sex that was like unusual to the normal person? And I said, well, I can honestly say that even though I'm from a small town, I've never taken an animal out back and had some fun with it. So outside of that, I'm good. So thank you very much for your time. My time is up tonight. You can look me up on Facebook at Officer Malfunction, and we'll see you later.